So we are getting... Esper is back in. We are back in game, and we're going to get another look at the LG defense, perhaps the true LG defense this time. We'll see if there's any differences from what they had before. A little bit of switch-ups coming up, but yep, it does not look like we're going to be having the Bastion this time around. Very sad. Instead, Seagull is going to be playing his trademark Genji. Seagull, of course, a very good Genji in the scene. Enigma on the Reaper, Esper on Mercy, Milo on Reinhardt, Pooks on Lucio, and you know, we were talking about a lot before, but it looks like we're going to be seeing Gods showing up on the McCree.
Yep, I mean, that's like half the reason that they got him, just to do that, just play McCree. Like on every map, like it's because it's used like in the meta with like everyone, like every map. So it's really good, and that allows Enigma to go Reaper, which is so strong on the first part of this map, and even along throughout the entirety of the map.
Yep, and taking a look at the offense here, coming out from the side of Team Liquid, we're gonna have V on Lucio, AZK again on the Pharah, so that part of intrigue still going to be a thing. Mesrar on Reinhardt, to Hang on Mercy, Dummy on McCree, and Durs on Zarya, so no offensive Widow coming out, no Widow period, which is practically an accomplishment to begin with. Yep, no Hanzo.
But look at them just wait there, like,
yeah, I know.
Like it was coming.
That strategy has an effect even if you don't run it. Thank you, IDDQD, the one team that runs it more so than any other. So, both teams engaging here with Poke. Enigma staying in the hotel, waiting to just run in on Reaper. Seagull on the Genji, and now look at this. Luminosity chasing after them, not letting the offense get up, but the offense is actually outmaneuvered them a little bit, gets onto the point. They're going to be chasing after that. God's able to get first kill of the game, though. Shoots AZK out of the sky. Look at Seagull. Seagull looking for a kill on Genji. Is able to take out Dummy. Good picks from the back. Moving forward. Has to Hang into sights. Looking at the takeout to Hang. To Hang getting pretty low. Pooks with the finisher is Lucio. And this is going to be a good, clean cleanup from LG. They look pretty good thus far.
That was the weirdest, cleanest team fight I've seen in a little while. Somehow Liquid got all the way into the right house, and then
it made you question which team was on defense and which team was on offense there for a moment, the way that's set up.
All the way around, and then Liquid was on point, having to defend the point, and yeah, LG won that team fight pretty quickly.
Well, Liquid moving right back in. Reinhardt charging in. Enigma, though, able to take out Dummy right away. Mesra on Milo. Back and forth both sides. But AZK picking up a quick double kill. Rockets coming in from above. But here comes the Death Blossom coming out from Enigma. Going to do some decent value there. And kill feed suddenly going very blue. Seagull with a bit of cleanup as well. And defense going to hold for now. But the offense still absolutely relentless. It might not be over yet.
Nope.
So Sound Bearers coming out from both sides. They are still in on it. Mesrar comes in, takes out Seagull. Liquid now looking a lot more intimidating as they come in. Respawns in their favor as they move forward. They're not on the point anymore, though, so even though they're taking out some of the defenders, Enigma going to get taken out. Defense still has a chance to get on here and delay a little bit. We do have Gods here getting boosted by Esper. We'll see if he can get in. Deadeye coming out from Gods. Will he get what he needs to get here? And this incredibly long team fight is going to take out Durs. From that, moves in, and Gods proving his worth on McCree, getting a double kill. AZK over the top, though, with the barrage. This is just nuttiness right now.
Yeah, this is madness. Still, the point is not captured, and LG's still able to fight for it.
I mean, we haven't seen fights this back and forth in a long time. Both teams putting their best efforts, and a great gutty defense coming out from LG here. The stand top, we do see a Graviton Surge coming out. I don't think anyone was got in that. Durs perhaps a little bit off the mark there. God's going to go in, gets a kill, moves forward. 3, 4 kills for Luminosity as they move forward. AZK in trouble, going to get taken out, and God's showing some really impressive McCree play here thus far. And you have Seagull on McCree. Now, that's not something you see on McCree all that often.
I mean, that was a great team fight by LG. Both, you know, Enigma and Seagull coming up big, and Gods there. But I have to say, that felt like a complete breakdown from Liquid. They were chasing two people to get the spawn kills and not capture the point, and they never captured A when they really should have already been going through the streets by now.
AZK coming in over the top. Seagull looking for the pick off of Deadeye, not able to get it. Dummy, though, taking out Gods. Enigma taking out Durs. 5v5 right now. Seagull able to fan the hammer, takes out Mesrar, looking for extra picks. Kill feed turning more blue than red here. Liquid getting pushed back. Lucio very close to getting down. Fan the hammer comes out, but AZK comes in over the top. Justice raining from above. And Liquid might be turning this in favor yet. With a team kill on their side, the payload is moving.
Finally, Liquid is able to get it, but, you know, that's a good extra minute or minute and a half, maybe, that they should not have had to deal with to go through this.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, LG can feel pretty proud about that. That was a good defense. They stalled out for a lot, and if they can just add in some time in the street space here, they're going to be good. That being said, AZK moving forward for Liquid, getting some good poke in, and the next phase of streets will be beginning here in just a moment.
By the way, Double McCree is out, so it has happened in his first game.
It has happened. The stun buff is real. Take a look at the offense here. Mesra ready to drop an Earth Shatter at a moment's notice. We'll see if he does that in a moment. Both sides string off poke. God's able to take out Tahang. The offense won't even have a res here. Seagull coming in, takes out Dummy in the McCree battle. So that's 2 down for Liquid, and Liquid's just gonna have to back up and regroup here.
Yeah, that was 2 big picks, and now LG holds the ult advantage to 4-2. It's gonna be really tough for Liquid to get through the phase now.
Yep, they're moving forward. Mesra looking for what he can get. Fire Strike coming down. Mesra, he's had really good sense on Earth Showers all the way back to Beta 1. We'll see where he goes. He charges in, takes out Seagull, crunched against the wall. That was beautiful, but he's taken out by Enigma. Both sides pop sound barriers, both very protected here. Could go either way. And the defense picking up another 2 kills. Enigma doing a lot of work here. He's going to get taken down by an Earth Shatter, though, or at least knockdown. Still alive, is able to Wraith form out, and the defense pushing back. My goodness, what a fight. I
mean, it was a good initiation from Liquid. AZK got 2, but then they got immediately rezzed, and after Mesrar had already used his ult, AZK used his ult, you know, LG had 4 ults to their 2, so, you know, they won the team fight, and they don't have a whole lot of time to get through this streak.
No, not at all. We do see God's able to take out Dummy with the aid of Seagull. Meanwhile, moving forward, Durs has a Graviton Surge. Might be using it soon. He's not going to get a whole lot of support ult-wise otherwise. Seagull able to take out AZK. Gods on Mesra. The McCrees of Luminosity doing a whole ton of work. This is a style from Luminosity that we have not seen in the past, and the new roster definitely paying some dividends for them. Another 2 kills coming from LG. They're pushing Liquid back.
I mean, it's getting kind of grim for Liquid here. I mean, as we've seen in these games, and this is another thing that we could talk about maybe during the break CP, is, you know, there is snowballing. Because when you win these team fights, usually you build up more ult, and right now, there you go.
Yep, Milo and Seagull able to get another 2 kills. Again, the aggressive defense of LG paying dividends. They're pushing Liquid back. Dur's going to go down as Enigma drops over. The kill feed, nothing but blue. And really taking a look at this now, Slasher, I would say there's that team kill horn. I love that sound. But really, Team Liquid only has about maybe 1 to 1.5 good pushes left. And I'll tell you what, Enigma almost has Death Blossom. He could ruin this next push all on his own.
Well, both teams are getting very close to having a lot of ults for each side. Enigma, Seagull, and Gods are all going to have it in the next 10, 15, 20 seconds. And Liquid, V, they're probably waiting for V to have the Lucio ult so they can initiate.
Yep. Graviton Surge coming out from Durs. Durs looking to get in here. AZK takes up Milo. Dummy on Esper. Graviton Surge doing work. There will be no res because Esper is down. That is a full team wipe just about in favor of Team Liquid. Only one still up is Enigma. I don't know if Enigma's going to be able to get in on this, though. Earthshower on him, and even if he could Death Blossom, it probably wouldn't be worth here unless he saw a really golden opportunity.
Well, I still think that LG is going to get back for one more fight before they're going to be able to push the cart into the checkpoint. And I think that's what Enigma, he died, but I still think LG is going to be able to make it.
Yeah, LG is going to be able to move in. It's going to be 65 not in their favor. Defensive Sound Bearer is out. Deadeye is out. They're looking to pick off anyone they can pick off here. Liquid, though, wisely getting out of the way. Oh, my goodness. So they say they're wisely getting out of the way. They're able to get the Deadeye kills anyways. God's coming in big. Seagull coming in big. Both McCree's picking up 2 kills. And now Liquid in a rough situation here. They can't really back up here. There's only 15 seconds left, but Luminosity going to be forcing the issue, pushing them back.
Game.
Yeah, it very well could be game. I'm not sure they're going to have anyone back in time to force overtime.
Too far.
And V just doing sort of a duo sound barrier here as they run to that point, but Luminosity too good to let that go through. Seagull with the double kill on the cleanup. Mesrar trying to run to that point. A brilliant effort running forward, mouse wanting, but he's going to die before he gets there. And wow, good stuff coming out from LG.
I would say Gods has done very well for himself in his first game. He held it down for McCree on that first point to stall as long as he could. Well, he did a really nice job in the streets, and even on that last point, he got the first pick to open it up. They were you know, because Liquid had the 6-on-5, he made it 5-on-5, and then Seagull had another pick to make it 5-on-4, and they won that last team fight straight up.
Yeah, and I mean, really things to look at and focus on. I was gonna say, things to look at and focus on there compared to normal LG gameplay is that of course, Seagull playing McCree, we haven't seen him on that too much in the past, but that's a good bit of extra versatility coming out from him. And then you saw, of course, Gods coming in with a really good performance. That freed up Enigma, the flex on Reaper. They had 3 really strong hit scan characters coming out, and it went really well for them. That was sort of the flexibility that Luminosity has been missing. And if this is new Luminosity, there's really good things coming out from them.
Though for me, that was more kind of a breakdown by Liquid. They should have had that first point on that second attack. There's no reason that they should be running after characters instead of having everyone on the point to just... Because if they had the point, that's an extra minute and 30 seconds they would have had to get through the streets, and they more than likely would have gotten through, and they had a good chance to complete the map. And now all the LG has to do is get to that second checkpoint, and they win, and they're in such a tough position now that... I really say that that's more on Liquid and their fall through on that first point.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that before. There was a match, I couldn't remember for the life of me what 2 teams were involved. I remember there was a match a long while back where a team had a really good offensive, or what's it called, really good defensive hold, and then like 3 people chased back, and this is of course a defensive failing rather than an offensive failing, but 3 people chased back after the fair to kill her, and even though they killed the fair and the other team was down a player, they gave up such positioning by going for a chase that they didn't need to do that they ended up giving up the point anyways. So you can't get too kill heavy or kill greedy in Overwatch. It can come back to bite you, and what you're saying there, I think that definitely happened to Liquid in that last game.
I'm actually really not liking Liquid's defense right now. With the changes to Symmetra and just everything else that's happened, some buffs to Mercy, and just the kind of the way the meta is right now, I really feel like you need Lucio in your composition. If you don't have Lucio, even though we've seen Symmetra played a lot on King's Row, it really feels like this is not the way to go for Liquid.
Well, taking a look here at the start, as we're about to begin, we have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 Hanzos coming out from the side of LG. They're going to be looking for that early scatter shot kill. Let's watch and bask in the glory here. In comes the scatter shots.
That was
reminiscent
close.
of the beginning of Gladiator. Comes pretty close to getting off a kill. Doesn't quite get it, but I still like the attempt. I think it's really worth it because if you get a pick off, you get the point for free. So LG going to switch into their normal offensive comp here. And what is that comp going to be? It is going to be Pooks on the Lucio, Esper on Mercy, Enigma looking for the pickoffs on Widowmaker, Seagull on the Reaper, Milo on Reinhardt, and Gods staying true as a McCree specialist.
Yeah, and pretty standard from Liquid's end. I think Dummy going Junkrat is the maybe the surprise pick here, but Junkrat's been used a lot on King's Row as of late.
He's able to get the first pick of the game off on Gods, and that is not an insignificant pick given all the work that Gods has done so far. Luminosity now down a player, but they're on offense. Gods can get back in plenty of time. Enigma right now not able to get pick off, but I'll say this is one of the hardest maps to get offensive Widow pickoffs on. We've seen some really good Widows get absolutely skunked when trying to get those pickoffs, so you know, it's just sort of variable, more so on this map than others. That being said, we see the offense running in from LG. They're speed boosting and they're going to the hotel. God's able to take out Dummy, gets instant revenge, if you will. And take a look at him as he moves forward, fanning the hammer. LG now being a little bit more careful as they come in, moving in from the other side. And God's able to take out Dehang. He has 2 kills on this push so far. Really good stuff coming up from him. Resurrect coming up from the offense. Well-timed res from Esper. Seagull takes out AZK, but Durs going off, gets a double kill on this so far. Team fight starting to get very, very even between blue and red. I still think LG has some of the momentum. Dummy, though, coming in with the kill. There's a tire coming out here, Slasher. We'll see what it does.
Ooh, it was destroyed, so Milo's still on the point.
And Enigma and Seagull going absolutely off here. In the end, they're able to get 4 kills between them, and this should be LG's point. We'll see, though. We do have the defense streaming back in. Seagull, though, with a big triple kill, able to make things happen going in on that. The kill feed, nothing but red. And Liquid just sort of getting mopped up there as they move forward.
Yeah, that fight was turned all around with Gods getting the picks on Dehang. No more res, and then Esper having his res. You know, it's pretty hard to win the fight if your Mercy is down. If Mercy has.
Look at how far Seagull is up right here. Getting value, picks off a double kill, making the Reaper work. And really just Team Liquid struggling to get anything going here. I understand that when an offense has momentum, it's hard to reverse, but this is a little bit of sloppiness coming out from the defense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you go 1 by 1, that allows the offense to pick apart, you know, what they're going to do. And really, Liquid doesn't have a lot of options here. They have to hold the streets, the entire streets. So you know, LG has a lot of opportunities. They can just build ult the entire time and not use any of them on any of these attacks, and then use all of them on one attack.
Take a look at this. Dur's getting down and dirty way back as a defensive Widow. Going to open himself up here. They're getting Reapered, Winston, or any sort of manner of things. He's going to have to back up. I sort of like the attempt for a quick pick. And hey, he's able to get out successfully, so it worked out. Very gutsy play coming out from Durzo. Could have worked out very much not in his favor. In fact, he ends up taking out Enigma.
Yeah, so they're, you know, Liquid's doing a good job to start.
We have
they're gonna need a lot.
Yeah, we have LG coming right back, though, being very aggressive. Lucio speed boost out. Deadeye is out. Mesrar, though, able to get a double kill on the defense. Pooks and Gods striking right back. Both teams down 2 players. Resurrect can bring up some of the fallen heroes for Liquid as they try and hold here. Take a look at AZK. AZK is able to take out Gods. He's rushing down Milo. Gets Milo. Looking for more. Takes out. My goodness, the triple kill coming out from AZK.
That's what I want to see.
Making a quad kill. Just fanning the hammer with relentless, I dare say accuracy. I mean, you still have to track a bit in the right click, but you do have a lot up to the fate of RNG.
And I think AZK needs that. I mean, we saw him play some pretty nice Pharah on offense, but he needs to get in the zone. It needs to be hitting his shots, and they need to feel like they can still do this. What I really want to see from LG is kind of them saving up all their ults for, you know, 1 significant or 2 significant pushes. All they have to do is get to the second checkpoint. There's no reason that they should try to want to, you know, win these fights 50-50. They don't have to complete the map to win.
Ooh, Enigma able to pick off Dummy with the long-range poke. This is now 65 for LG. LG moving forward. Speed boost is out. Death Blossom gonna come out, but no! Mesrar denying the Death Blossom, at least for a little bit with the Earth Shatter. Seagull is still alive, though. He can hit Q. There he goes, but no, he's taken out by AZK in the end. That looked like it was going to be way better for LG than it ended up being. Both sides string out kills, though. This is not necessarily over for LG. Defense going to get the Resurrect. We'll see if this is enough for Liquid to push him back. Down comes the defensive sound barrier. Is this Beta 1 with that Resurrect and the sound barrier combination? And it does look like Liquid is going to hold here, at least for now.
Liquid with another nice hold. And Dur's with 2 more picks.
Yeah.
So he is making it difficult for LG. But LG now has 2 McCree ults. They're switching their comp. Now Seagull's going to be on Pharah. I've seen Seagull play a ton of Pharah lately, now that Harbu is no longer on the team. So I think this is going to give them some pretty good options. Maybe we'll see a flank from Seagull here and let Enigma and Gods go up front.
Yep, Enigma moving forward on that incredibly gaudy yellow McCree skin. Seagull on the Pharah. We've seen really good fair play out of him now and in the past. He's able to take out Hang. Dummy, though, striking right back. Takes out both Seagull and Esper. Nice. That duo combo is down. Dummy makes a triple kill. Takes out Enigma. Dummy taking out all the key players right now. Rushing it down. Forcing LG back. And Liquid now finding a bit of their footing after what was a very rough start.
That was a huge kill by Dummy. Getting the Mercy, getting Seagull, and getting a 3rd pick. You know, they're actually playing really well right now, and they have a chance of actually stopping the cart and winning this map.
Yep, so now we see Seagull getting ready to move in. Honestly, Pharah has a lot of options here on this map. We've seen good stuff out there. I mean, most recently, of course, I think some of the stuff we've seen unfixed. Seagull, though, very much on that tier, looking for what he can go. Moving in on the Mercy, chasing down the Mercy, gets 1 midair. Can he get him? Down goes to Hang, has Dummy in his sights, takes a concussive mine, 1 HP! But he's gonna go down. Dummy is able to win that. In fact, Dummy had 15 HP himself, so good on Dummy staying alive there. Good initiation, though, coming out regardless. Concussive Mine gonna blast Milo way into the air as Liquid making this very, very hard on LG now. Streets phase, not necessarily in LG's favor this far. Yeah, no, he's still, I don't know how he lived.
Milo just killed 2 and is still pushing the cart. They won the team fight and they like forgot that there was still 1 player left.
Yep, we have the Tire coming in. Tire gonna take out Pooks. Down goes Pooks. Meanwhile, though, Seagull coming back in. He should have Barrage very, very shortly here. Moving in. Defensive sound barrier is out, though. It's gonna push people back a bit. Mesrar takes out Gods. Dummy just slips right in, takes out Seagull. And Team Liquid now, all they have to do is hold LG back for 1 more time, and they're going to have a successful hold, and then we're gonna have to go back to the end to see who capped the first point first and who takes map 1.
Is it whoever capped the...
I feel like it would still be LG, but I'm
not.
Well,
yeah, no, LG is automatically the winner. Is that is that what the rule is?
I'm not entirely sure. We're going to have to defer to the admins on that, but we do see back and forth here. Gods coming in, getting a kill or 2 there, and now LG making a good push of this at the end. If they can get us 1 or 2 more kills and push us back, they could cap this and win this map outright. And Enigma with a great headshot takes out Dummy, moving forward. And there it is, LG going to take map 1. Got a little bit dicey for them for a while, but they're able to complete it out.
Yeah. Liquid with a really nice hole. Great individual plays by AZK, by Dummy. I think Dahang's Mercy, you know, was really good. V's sound barriers, probably better than Hoops right there. But Milo with some nice plays at the end. 2 kills. No one really was able to zone him out. He was able to push the cart into that. It ended up being the last push at the end.
Yep, so I think what I've seen so far here, looking at the new LG team, they have periods right now where they have dominance that we haven't seen from them in a really long time with their new roster. But looking at what happened on the Streets phase, I think that they're going to need some time to gel with their additions, because they definitely felt a little bit out of sync and pushing things through. Because like they had Liquid on the ropes, and they were missing just the last little bit. I think this is the triple to quad kill Seagull got with Death Blossom near point A. Take a look. Here it comes. Death Blossom comes in. Good timing on that. Just good synergy overall. Going to take people out, and that was the part of the early part of the map where LG looked absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah. Both teams played pretty well, and then both teams felt kind of sloppy at the same time. You know, I think that there needs to be a little more gelling, as you said, for LG and Liquid. It feels like still there's communication issues potentially, or you know, I'm not sure exactly what it is in game that caused what would happen, what we saw on the first point. And they can't let that happen in map 2. They are going to go to it's Dorado, right? The second map.
Dorado, it's up to the choice of the losing team. Well, like once the maps are in the pool, it's not like an order of ban. It just. Okay. In order of whatever, you know, you lose, you get to pick whatever's in the pool. And it looks like we are going to Gibraltar as both teams suffer a crash.
Well,
alrighty, and we are back with the North American group stage, Luminosity versus Team Liquid. Everyone is back in game, and we are going to be starting here in just a moment. So the era of DDoS is over, thankfully, and Slasher, I am ready to get into map number 2, and we'll see if Team Liquid can turn this around.
Yep, Team Liquid, I mean, I feel like it's still not the end of the world if they lose this map, but it would be nice if they put up a better showing than what happened against Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, Cloud9 had their way of Team Liquid. Team Liquid was hoping to bounce back here, but Luminosity seeming very much newly invigorated, and oh no.
Oh yeah, this is where I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I'm already...
Oh, whew. I was sitting here hoping, it's like, I really hope I didn't crash given all the issues of people getting back in, but thankfully, I am not crashing. We are getting in-game.
You know what it was? I was crashing too, and so because I already immediately knew to close it, I kept you from crashing. One person has to take the fall in the spectator mode thing. I'm sorry.
For one to live, one must fall, or something like that. So
yeah.
So I will take your gift of life and note what we're seeing here from the Team Liquid defense. We are going to see AZK on the McCree, Mesrar on a 76, Dahang on Mercy, Dummy on Junkrat, Durs on Widow, and V on Lucio. So they're not running the double 76 this time.
No, probably a good move. I mean, AZK is more familiar, and what, do we have a...
I think we have a crash.
Well, I mean, this one really doesn't surprise me, though, because I think this is one of the issues of Liquid, is that AZK, his soldier is still solid, but not as good as his McCree. Because he's been playing McCree a majority of his time playing Overwatch. And when it wasn't that, it was trying to do Tracer and Widow, and Soldier not as much. So really, the players that have been playing Soldier a lot more, such as Seagull, for example, they can... You're just better if you've been playing with the character. So I think it's probably a better move if AZK is on McCree.
All right, so we are getting back in game. Slasher, are you in game now?
Yep.
All right, good. We have everyone back in, so crisis averted. Well, we just read out the defense coming out from Team Liquid. I doubt they would change anything off it from what we saw there, but maybe they will, given that, of course, that roster was just read out a moment ago. I don't think teams are too afraid of getting counter-comped off that right now, but it is a concern. I mean, we actually, I think the most interesting setup we saw actually came from LG, where on Hollywood, they went forward, looked at the offensive comp, went back and changed to a counter comp, and actually ended up taking the point off it. So that's sort of a cool strategy that we haven't seen too much in comp play just yet.
You know, I understand LG's offensive lineup. This is one that they've run before. It's also a very standard lineup. Enigma on, well, I guess we'll see, but Enigma on Widow and Gods on McCree and Esper on Mercy, and Seagull, you know, really loves to play Genji on this map on offense. So, I mean, I get it. It's standard, but it feels like Double Winston just works so well. You just saw it work so well. Why not try to do that? I mean, but if Poops is going to play Widow as a double Widow, I think also double Widow to open this map has been very solid.
This is the one thing that you will get trolled on casting all the time. They're like, oh, they're going to run this, and then they switch off at the very last second. So take a look at the offense coming out now from Luminosity. We're going to have Gods on McCree, Esper on Mercy, Poops on Lucio, Milo on Reinhardt, Enigma looking for picks on the Widowmaker, and Seagull on what else but everyone's favorite ninja, Genji. Oh, looking here, both teams are already trading off fire very quickly. Seagull looking to bait out a Widow kill, perhaps with the deflect. Doesn't get it, but offense is going to move forward. Enigma looking for a pick-off here to begin with. So far, relatively bloodless, but they're going to move the card up to the next position, and both teams still at full HP as they go forward here and look for the first pick.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. Whoever gets first pick is going to initiate the fight, more than likely.
Yep, Enigma now looking for it. Has a really good shot on Lucio. Lands one shot, lands a second shot, doesn't get the kill. Seagull, though, with the very quick follow-up, is able to get 2 kills. He goes down, but not without getting his damage done. The defense, though, going to strike back. AZK and Durs with a kill each to go in on that. And actually, Luminosity deciding to back up a bit, not wanting to feed more ult into Team Liquid. I'm surprised they didn't go a little bit harder into that, but I can see why.
Well, I think those were 2 huge kills.
Yes.
By AZK and by Durs. If they didn't get those 2 picks, then more than likely LG would have gotten that team.
Yeah, I think if they kept either Seagull or the other DPS, it probably would have went a little bit better, but I think there's at that point they're going to back out. That being said, both teams trading out poke yet again. And LG being a little bit tentative on their approach right now. I guess they're looking for something here. It might be a pickoff for Enigma. I'm not sure what, but they are now all grouped up. They're getting the positioning that they want. Will it pay off? They're going in. The Enigma able to get a quick pickoff to start that out. Seagull now with the Dragon Blade, slicing and dicing, picks up 1 kill, gets the double kill, makes it a triple, goes in, quad kill for Seagull. And that is what they were waiting for. They need a little bit more ult charge, needed everyone to get in the right position, but patience paying off for LG.
Everyone forgot Genji's really good. His ult's still really good, and especially if you're really good with Genji, like Seagull is, you can be really good with the Genji ult. And you can wipe entire teams, and that is what happened. And I think, you know, Liquid's got to be aware, and Dummy's now actually playing Genji, so...
Durs coming in over the top, was able to get pick off on the Esper. Moving forward, landing a lot of good shots, just damaging the heck out of the LG team right now. They're going to have to back out a bit.
So that's actually a big move, a big deep defensive move from Liquid, because now they can try to hold the hangar. They have a shot here of holding the hangar.
Yep, the hangar, of course, this is where teams get really, really stalled out for extensive period of times, but I'm going to say this, Slasher, look at the offensive ultimates coming out here from LG. They have 4 ultimates at the ready. Going to use the Deadeye there, down to 3, but Resurrect is up, Sound Bearer is up, Earthshatter is up. These are all game-changing ultimates. We do have Sound Bearer coming down from the defense. We'll see if we have it coming out from the offense. There it is. Both teams have Sound Bearers out. In comes the Earthshatter. That Earthshatter is going to have 3 kills. Resurrect coming up immediately, but they're all clumped together. Reinhardt getting right in there. W-Mouse wanting, doing a whole ton of damage. We'll see if this is enough to kill much more red than blue, but Team Liquid starting to bring it back. A little bit back and forth between both teams here. Winston's on the point. Both teams struggling for dominance. LG looking to end this here, but look at that. Dummy coming in with the Dragon Blade. Looking to slice the dice. He's taken out by Enigma right away, not able to get what he wants. Seagull coming back into the fight in a moment, but overall not the worst look for LG. Resurrect coming from Esper, gonna bring up some fallen heroes. Now LG with a real shot of moving into the last part of the hangar with momentum. Oh, double Deadeye coming out. Step right up, save both McCrees. And that's just going to force them back more. Look at Enigma. Enigma with the Mercy pickoff moving forward. Seagull takes out AZK. This fight is not ending just yet. Lots of good stuff coming up from LG. Momentum definitely in their favor. Enigma able to shoot out Dummy. Lands the flashbang. Lucio still hanging in there. Down he goes to Milo. Milo with the hammer swing. Seagull picks up a double kill in the back. And Luminosity is going to take this hangar.
I mean, that was two beautiful team fights by Luminosity over Liquid to get through the hangar. You know, Liquid did a pretty good job in the initial team fight. Dehang got a 3 Mercy res, and they were able to kill Esper before she was able to get before he was able to get his res, and then they were able to pretty much win the skirmishes. But then Esper was able to come back, and the characters were still dead at the very end, so he got the 3 times res. They were able to make the first push, and then there's a second respawn wave was, you know, not enough.
And we just saw both. I mean, I love seeing those team fights as the teams are really leveling up and, you know, not giving us up for free. That being said, Enigma able to take out able to take out Tubby very quickly here. Pook's on Mesrar. This is 2 kills for the side of LG as they move forward. And Seagull still has a Dragon Blade. This Dragon Blade can seal the game. He's moving in, gets 1 kill, looking for the second, gets the second with the help of gods, moves in, slices the spawn. But a gigantic res is going to come up, giving a little bit of extra life to Liquid here. See if it's enough. Earthshatter coming down, though, ending that hope as a kill feed bleeds red. Luminosity moving forward, and Team Liquid might not even stall out on the payload here. D.Va's coming out. Might be too little, too late. They're trying to stop that D.Va, and they will. Not a bad showing from LG.
Not bad, not a bad showing at all. And you almost have to feel like you go all the way back to the hangar as the turning point of this game, really, because they didn't slow down after they won those 2 big team fights.
Yep, and this, of course, is play of the game. We caught it as it happened, but what else can it be? Just slicing and dicing his way through, getting to the hangar phase. Great play from Seagull there. 5:26 is the time to beat. That is not an easy time to beat on Gibraltar.
That is pretty solid. Liquid's going to have to show us an offense, unlike what we have seen so far. And you know, again, that really comes down to AZK and Dummy to really pull them through. I think we'll see triple DPS on offense also. I don't expect to see double Winston again. I feel like it's kind of a shame, but I don't think we will see it.
I think it just comes down to some teams just don't practice, and even if they get beaten by it, they don't really want to immediately go into it. And it's not the easiest thing to play out. I mean, I have seen teams, you know, Cloud9 makes it look like double Winston is, you know, easy to use and easy to go in and get a ton of value on, but the reality is, you know, in some of these games, we've seen teams run double Winston and just get nothing out of it. Both Winstons go down with ease, and they end up charging the ult, so it's not a strategy without its risks, and not everyone can pull it off.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Very true. You can't just do it and expect it to work. And with what they've practiced, I would think that they would go, you know, pretty similar. I feel like Widow, it would be in there. I think McCree will be in there. And Dummy likes to run Genji pretty similarly on offense. So it wouldn't even surprise me if it was almost the same thing as LG just ran.
Yeah, and the thing about Liquid here is that they also have the added pressure now where they have the time pressure on them, and that's going to affect decisions maybe for the good, but oftentimes for the ill as well, where you have cases where, you know, your comfort zone would be to wait a little bit before going in, but then you look at the timer, a mere, you know, 5:26 overall on the map, and that's going to force Liquid a little bit out of their comfort zone. They're going to have to take fights they might not want to take just for cases of time expediency alone.
We saw Cloud9 play up on defense because they had such a big time over them in that first map, and then they tried to hold them as long as possible, even though the spawn times were against them, yada yada. Do you feel like we're going to see that same thing from Luminosity now?
Very possible. It is interesting to point that out. The teams really, when they know they have a very short time to defend, you can be more aggressive on the defense, because really all you need to go for is that one early team wipe, and you know that, you know, that's all you need. And also, if you do get wiped being that aggressive, you still have time to recover. So it lets the defense be very, very free when they only have to defend a short while.
Yeah, well, it looks like Liquid is doing pretty much the exact offense, which I thought they would, but they'd have one. They have one. That's good to see. Forget the Reinhardt, just whatever. The cart's going to be moved anyway. Try to get in the back lines. But I actually like the adjustment that Luminosity is making, almost like they know that it's coming for Enigma to be playing Reaper and not Widow.
Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah, I mean, actually, Enigma not being on the Widow, that's interesting. I mean, honestly, Widow isn't mandatory for offense on Gibraltar, but we have seen teams run a lot. We've seen LG run in the past, too.
This is a good guess by them, because it could be Reinhardt, and but this works much better that they have Winston now.
Yep. So taking a look here at the offense as they move forward for Team Liquid. Team Liquid looking to get a game in the series and start turning things in their favor. We're going to have V on the Lucio, AZK on McCree, Mesrar on the Winston, Dahang on Mercy, Dummy on Genji, and Durs on the Widowmaker looking for those pickoffs. Meanwhile, on the defense of Luminosity, we have Gods on McCree, Esper on Mercy, Pooks on Lucio, Milo on Reinhardt, Enigma on the Reaper, and Seagull on Genji. And Seagull already building 17% ult charge, so he is well on his way to an early defensive Dragon Blade.
Yeah, it's pretty much between Seagull and Dummy and who gets the blade first. So keep an eye on them numbers.
Yep, Durs right now not wasting any time looking for pickoffs. Actually had a chance to get Esper there, didn't quite get it. Seagull, though, with first kill of the game, does take out Dahang. There will be no res coming out for the offense. Grabs Durs as well, makes it an early double kill. Moving in, Dummy in trouble. Down goes Dummy. 3 kills here for the defense of Luminosity, swarming over Team Liquid, and Team Liquid is going to have to try again.
Yeah.
Seagull chasing V. I think Seagull's just going to say, you know what, it's not worth it at that point. And smart move on that, because if he kept going forward, Durs off the respawn very well could have killed him.
Yeah, it's a full team wipe. Esper has ult, and really Dahang does need ult for this next push. Because if things go wrong and Esper's able to res, it's an immediate team fight win, and they don't have the time to not. They have to win this team fight pretty much.
They're also gonna have to deal with the Deadeye. They're gonna have to deal with the Dragon Blade. This is gonna be a very, very rough fight from Liquid to win. They're probably gonna have to take their licks here, get ulted on, and hope to win the fight after this. It's not possible that they could win here. It's just very, very unlikely given the circumstances. That being said, they are moving in. McCree coming in over the left. Flashbang is out. Milo gets taken out immediately. Godzo striking right back, takes out Mesrar, and Dragon Blade coming out from Dummy, doing work really early on here, gets a double kill. This is about as best as it could have gone for Liquid early on this push. A really impressive push, in fact. Wasn't expecting that to happen, but they cleaned up, and props to Dummy on that with the Dragon Blade doing some work.
Yeah, Dragon Blade, as we mentioned, can change the course of the fight, can cause, you know, in effect, a whole team wipe, and Liquid should push it as much as they can forward now.
Yep, they're going to get this point, and they absolutely have to make up for lost time here. They only have 3 minutes, 13 seconds, so while it's still possible for them to win this, they have to move with incredible haste. Meanwhile, take a look at Durs. Durs in deep trouble. Seagull deeply following him. He's going to go down. Seagull gets a kill. And now down the Widow, I'm not sure if Liquid is going to be able to push here the way they want to, and honestly, do you even stay at the Widow here with how effectively LG has been pressuring it?
Well, you know, well, maybe not for this team fight.
We got, yeah, both sides getting drop sound barriers here. They're moving in. Earthshatter comes in. 2 kills for LG. Mesrar striking back, is able to take out Gods on the McCree. Dummy taking out Milo. Kill feed going absolutely blue and red here. Enigma, though, with the double kill as Reaper cleaning up the fight, chasing after Dummy. Dummy in trouble. One more shot from those Hellfire shotguns will take him down. He's able to get away, but the damage is absolutely done.
And they're even going to try to make the change to double McCree. You know what? It's good. You can go for it. I mean, they need more damage done. They have to get through the hangar, like, right now. They don't have time.
Well, we got Dragon Blades from both sides. Dummy and Seagull. Dragon Blades coming out. Dragon Blade from Seagull getting a little bit more value here so far. Gets 1 kill. Gets a 2nd kill. And Dummy now he'll get what he wants. And there's the team kill horn. And things are looking really good for Luminosity here. They only have to hold for 1:45, and in fact, they're getting very close to having a mathematical win here.
Yeah, I think that they have pretty much solidified the win. Liquid couldn't not at least get the ship through more of the hangar. Even if they lost a team fight, they have to push the payload. If they don't do that, it's not going to happen. They pretty much have only opportunity is to roll them now, and for the rest of the night.
Yep, Enigma able to take out Durs early on here. 65 in favor of LG. LG only needs a little bit here to seal this game. AZK on the offense, looking for a pickoff. Mesrar takes out Gods. So 5v5 here so far. Down goes Milo, a little bit of hope, but a big res comes out from Esper, going to bring up 3 fallen LG heroes. We'll see if it's enough for them to hold. Deadeye is going to come out for the offense. Mesrar taking out 2. Mesrar really on point here. AZK with the double kill. McCree's going wild for Team Liquid, but even if they take the slash, it's just too little too late.
I mean, this is a team fight they needed like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
to get through the hangar. Now, how much time is left?
Time is left is 50 seconds. I think technically there is very minor hope if everyone on LG were to get DDoSed and disconnect, but short of that, LG should have this.
Yeah, I mean, they got all the kills. They're even pushing, you know, what they should be doing now, but they weren't able to do that before. Luminosity put up 2 great holds with Seagull, especially initiating with his ults to hold them off, and that's why they're going to win this map.
Yep, a mere 19 seconds remain. That card cannot get, or at least seems incredibly unlikely it's going to get from there to there in about 15 seconds. LG would have to just go away, and they're not going to do that. They're going to hold firm. So, well played the Luminosity, and Luminosity going to go up in the series 2-0.
And overall, this lineup actually, it does allow them to play what they are playing now. Luminosity, that is, with Goz and Enigma playing double McCree. This lets them do double McCree and have Seagull continue to, you know, run around on Genji and use his ult, and it's so powerful right now in the meta.
Definitely. So, GGs are being called. It is official. Luminosity goes up 2-0, and Team Liquid on the verge of losing all 6 games here in the first day of group stages. We'll see if they can bring it back here for map number 3.
It can happen, ZP. They're going. It can happen. They're going to one of either their favorite map or the King of the Hill, and it's definitely doable.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen teams have big comebacks, especially recently, where you can even start out series 0-2 and bring it back all 3 maps. I don't think we've seen quite that big of a turnabout, but we could definitely see a map number 5. And who knows, maybe today will be the day. But I'll say this, is that the new LG roster looks very invigorated compared to what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, no, they look good. They look
and
good.
I don't know what I just watched there. The Suicide Pact, I suppose.
Well,
well,
who gets to pick next map?
The loser gets to pick next map, so it is going to be the choice of Team Liquid.
Okay, so I fully expect it to be Dorado. We haven't seen Dorado yet, and should be a good game.
Uh-oh. Custom. Wait, why were we sent back to the lobby? We're doing play the game.
Yeah, and then we're not in the lobby, actually. We're back in the game. It's a new feature, CP.
Alright, so I guess we're not going to see play the game there. I don't know what happened, but... Now I'm just curious, can we just leave the game and get back in the lobby that way? It's a little bit of weirdness.
You're still in the game too, right?
Yeah, I'm still in the game.
Lobby. Yeah, okay.
I don't know what's going on here. This is a new level, next level weirdness going on. Okay, now we're back in lobby. I don't even know. Either way, though, really nice play coming out from LG here, and you know, this is just the beginning. Of course, LG, they're gonna get tested right away. The way things work out today, there's multiple sets of teams playing back to back. I believe LG is still playing after this, going immediately into. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be Envious versus LG, and that's going to be interesting with all the changes that Envious had in terms of roster switch-ups, and we were talking earlier about Stoop going from tank to DPS and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup. We'll get to see how Envy, because they've been practicing for the last few weeks with multiple different people as their 6. They haven't had a solidified 6 for, you know, a long time now, and we'll get to see how they play with a new style.
Actually, clarifying it, LG is not playing 2 matches in a row. Next round is going to be Cloud9 versus Envy, and then it's going to be Envy versus LG. Man, those are some great games. I mean, I love this league format. I know, like, we're casting league and have to shill for the league, but about as non-biased as I can be, this league format is awesome because we just get the best teams playing each other over and over again in a format. This is just awesome.
It is pretty nice. I like the league format. It's good. Good to have on weekdays, and then you have more events on the weekends.
Yep, and you know, I think we just cracked over 3K viewers, so definitely demand for a weekday Overwatch. And this is going to be a longer day just because of all the server outages, but hey, we are going to be here for the duration. We hope you guys are too.
Well, it will be on Dorado. Looks like LG is going to be picking attack. And it's going to be putting Liquid on defense. So look, this is Liquid. I say this because they've said in some interviews that, you know, they like this map the most. And I think they need to show it right now. They need to put up a strong defense and show why they deserve to be in the league. I think, you know, I feel like we'll probably see McCree and AZK. You know, Widow on this map has gone back and forth. Widow used to be, of course you run Widow, especially for that whole second part of the map, because you can sit on the perch and just pretty much shoot there all day. But then she came out of favor because of Widow just not being in the meta as much. And, you know, we're interested to see what they'll run.
Yeah, and the thing about here for Liquid is that even if Liquid can't take the set, which would be unlikely, I mean, they come back and win all 3 maps, just statistically, that's less than likely. If they could just win Dorado at the very least, and, you know, maybe even win a map 4, that's a good moral victory going forward. I mean, I'm not sure it affects the standings for how we're running it, but at the very least, it's something they hang their hat on. You don't want to end the day losing 6 straight. That's just no fun for anyone. So for Liquid's sake, we'll see if they can turn this and make this into a bigger set. But I'll tell you what, LG has been looking absolutely fearsome right now, so Liquid is going to have their work cut out for them. I
mean, it looks like Liquid is going to do kind of that style. Durs is going to be on Widow, AZK is going to be on McCree, the Hang's playing Mercy, and Mez on Reinhardt. This is all kind of pretty standard stuff here. A dummy on Junkrat, which we've seen on King's Row, and we've seen prevalence here too on Dorado. There's going to be a lot up to him. Really a lot up to him to make a difference in this game and be the Symmetra pick, which I am still not so favoring in the meta right now. Lucio, to me, seems like the much better decision here. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I know there's reasons not to prefer Symmetra in this meta, but I'll tell you this much. The walk back on this map is very, very large, so I think the teleporter alone still might be buying Symmetra her spot, at least for Dorado defense, but you know, remains to be seen. We'll see how the meta shakes out. Taking a look at the offense, though, as I come forward, we're going to have Seagull on the Hanzo. Hanzo getting some not-so-often-seen play. Esper on the Mercy, Pooks on Lucio, Milo on Reinhardt, Enigma on Zarya, and Gods, of course, on McCree. Very much a McCree specialist, and LG's offense is moving forward. So right now we see both teams poking each other back and forth here. Both teams still full strength. Seagull now, while calling his Hanzo, looking for this first pick, and will there be simple geometry to be had? That is the real question. He's holding onto that scatter arrow right now, looking for pickoffs. In fact, just looking to crack the Reinhardt shield at the moment. Card is still moving forward as both teams jockey for position. McCree coming up the other side. And this is just really tense, but the first fight is about to be joined. They're rushing in. In comes the speed boost. In they go. Still both teams at full. Neither team dying just yet. Widow in the back looking for pickoffs, and Mesrar fire strike on the Seagull, going to get first kill of the game. 2 kills here for Team Liquid, and their defense looking like it's going to hold. But look at this, a resurrection already up from Esper, going to bring up some of the fallen LG heroes, and they still might have a shot here. Back and forth go both teams. AZK able to take out Gods, though. Milo on the AZK. LG still in this. Milo at the double kill, swinging the hammer. And they are still in this. This is quite a fight. In fact, Seagull with the pick off on Vey. They might have the slasher. We'll see.
It's still really close. So still skirmishes. The Hang is still alive with Mercy, but I don't think that he's going to be able to defend. It looks like they're
moving us forward.
Yeah,
wow.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, in fact, it looks like Liquid is even giving this up. They're fully backing out. They're going to give up that first point. And I'll tell you what, that is not an easy first point to take on Dorado. That was an exceptional effort coming out of LG. And big props to Esper coming in and landing the big res that kept them in it.
Well, ZP, Enigma has ult, Seagull's about to have ult, and I only can foresee what's about to happen on the streets. If Liquid is not careful, and they lunge up here.
Graviton into Dragon Strike is one of the most underrated ultimate combinations in the game. It is absolutely devastating if landed. You gotta think they're gonna be looking for it. Earthshatter comes down from the defense, is able to convert into the triple kill for AZK. AZK now being very relentless, fanning the hammer, almost takes out Seagull as well, looking for Enigma. Enigma, though, gonna pop his barrier, push him back a little bit. Down goes Seagull to Durs in the end, so Team Liquid, at least with a little bit of life in them, is able to push it back. But really, LG still has to feel pretty good about how quickly they took point A.
Now, we saw how strong Liquid's defense could be on King's Row in very similar situations. If they have that same type of D now, there's a very good chance they can win this.
Oh, look at that. There, look, come in. Here comes the Graviton Surge. Is a Dragon coming in? The Dragon is going to feast. There it is. A triple kill for Seagull. The Dragon is sated, but the Res gonna come right back up for the defense. Might not be over yet. Gods with the double kill right after, and the kill feed just going to be all sorts of red. The Resurrect will not be effective, and Luminosity going to be able to move the cart quite a bit now.
Huge Res didn't do anything, actually, because Gods got 3 kills directly after they all spawned. And
that's kind of the curse of Mercy nowadays, where you can get a big team res, but because of the range being close, oftentimes, if you're not careful, all those people that get res will just get killed immediately after getting back up.
Yeah, and what a team fight win, that's going to pretty much get them this checkpoint. It's going to be very hard for Liquid to hold those.
Oh, Earthshatter coming down from the defense. Mesrar coming in. AZK with the follow-up. That is 4 kills for the defense. AZK doesn't even have to use Deadeye there. And just all set up by a beautifully placed Earthshatter by Mesrar. They're going to clean out Enigma here as well. So Team Liquid showing some signs of life, but they need to hold for a while, get into some longer drawn-out fights, and not... Because right now, this isn't really working for them where they're trading off team fights, because in the end, LG is getting a very quick time regardless.
Now, they do have the ult advantage. 3-0 here, so they should win this next team fight pretty easily.
Ult-wise, Enigma will have a Graviton up soon. Maybe Gods will have a Deadeye in time to combo with it. I think ideally for them, Seagull's going to build his ult pretty quickly. It might be hard to say for Graviton Dragonblade, but Deadeye coming up from AZK. AZK had a lot of skulls, wasn't able to convert. People got behind cover in time. Mesrar taking out Milo. Rez is going to bring him back up. We'll see if that's enough. 3 kills for the defense, but the Graviton Surge comes down. The offense getting their licks in, and this is very back and forth here thus far. Dummy won, the last people remaining for the defense. In fact, LG able to turn that in their favor. Milo smacks him in the face, and LG going to move forward, get this point, and they are making some good time here on Dorado.
I mean, Liquid can't let that happen. Liquid cannot let that happen. They had Lucio's ult. Hoots did not have ult for LG. They had the health advantage by a ton. Dahang had ult to res in the situation, but wasn't able to. They have to win that team fight. There's no way they should be letting Luminosity go through there.
Interesting stuff there. Seagull almost had Dragon Blade and still swapped off to Pharah. I guess there's a lot to be said for LG strat here. They really just want Pharah here regardless. They want to build towards the barrage. We do have a Deadeye coming up from the defense. AZK moving in. Another big Earthshatter by Mesrar, but it's countered by a counter Earthshatter. Both teams switching back and forth here. The offense though starting to get a little bit more value. Defensive res comes up. Gonna bring up the defense. Now defense stabilizing, getting an extra 2 kills. Resurrect might work out in their favor this time, Slasher.
But we have seen this throughout the game. Liquid is able to stabilize, but then they lose the next team fight even when they have ult advantage. And in this type of game, ult advantage is very important, and you need to use them to win these big team fights. If you're going 50-50 or even losing them straight up, you know, something is wrong with the way that it's going. So, but we've seen teams get stuck in this last part of the map. So Liquid has a chance.
Yeah, Liquid does have a chance for a full hold here. This is one of the most irritating parts of the game to actually get through. Seagull, though, landing some good shots on the back, is going to get taken up by AZK in the end. Resurrect comes up from SR, again, bring up those fallen LG heroes, and we'll see if this is enough to let them push forward. Seagull moving in, looking for the Mercy in the back. Might get her, doesn't get her just yet, has to back out from the Kree. AZK absolutely suffocating, takes out Esper in the end. Deadeye coming up from AZK, gets a double kill, and AZK now going to move forward, looking for extra, chasing down Enigma, down goes Enigma, and a good hold from Team Liquid. I think this might be their first consecutive hold the entire game.
Yeah, so some solid play. They were able to pick off Esper at the beginning of the fight. And if you followed other games like this, you pick off the very basic medic Mercy, you have more than likely you're going to win the fight because the other team has one, and res and everything that comes into that. So now that's going to be able to give Liquid the ult advantage too, going into this next team fight. There's both loose fields are up for each team. Actually, now it's going to be even.
It's going to be even, and Barrage is up, and Barrage is absolutely brutal here in this last point on Dorado. We'll see what Seagull does with that. They're moving forward. Speed Boost is out. Sound Barrier might be out any moment. Earthshatter is down. 2 kills for LG quickly. Justice reigns from above. Quad kill for Seagull. And this is looking very bad for Team Liquid. LG with all the momentum. Great use of ultimates by them, and they are just going to move forward and probably just cap this out without issue. In comes the defense. Will Reaper get to it in time? Oh my goodness, he got there in time. The cart was right there. 3 kills for the defense. Mesmer coming in. But look at that, a big res coming up from Esper. Again, bring up all the offensive heroes. They're swarming on top of the cart and swinging this right back in their favor are Gods and Enigma. Seagull right now with the cleanup on top of the cart. They only need to get about 1 more kill to bring it in. There it is. And that is going to be game. And wow, what a res from Esper to save that. That Liquid was almost able to hold there by the slimmest of margins.
Great push from LG there to, you know, to bring it home. But I have to say, it's another breakdown by Liquid. Dummy gets picked off at the very beginning of that last team fight and makes it 5-on-6, and that forces Dahang. Well, Dahang uses his res immediately to bring back Dummy for 6-on-6, and then right after that, the Earthshatter comes in, wipes 3 of them, and then the Barrage comes in, and the whole team wipe, and that's pretty much game. If Dummy doesn't push out and get picked, or Dahang doesn't have to use his res on that one player at the beginning of the team fight, that should be a much more even team fight for Liquid. So that's just... I don't understand why go try to make the pick at the beginning and push up when you know the fight's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, I think what it is with Liquid here is that we see that they have a lot of raw skill in the team. There's no denying that. But there's certain basic, like, fundamental mistakes that they keep making that get team fights not where they need to start, and things just snowball against them. I mean, if you give up a pick for free in Overwatch, it's very hard to recover from that a lot of the time. Sometimes you can if someone makes a great play, but being 6v5, not where you want to be, and Liquid ends up putting themselves in that situation a little bit more often than they probably should.
Yeah, I mean, Dahang could not use the ult there, and they could play 5-on-6, and maybe he gets out of the way of the Earthshatter anyway, and he's able to res, but it's such a bad position, either of the 2 options that they have to pick. On the other side, LG running the double McCree, and then letting Seagull do Pharah with Mercy together is a really strong combo. Because now that they have Gods, him and Enigma are able to go and do that meta, which we've seen, you know, come into place like the last week or 2. And I think they're very, very, very strong on it. So it wouldn't surprise me if we were able to see that maybe later on this half too.
Yep. Well, for Team Liquid to survive here in the set and force a map number 4, they're going to have to beat a time of 7:44. That is beatable, but again, LG has looked the stronger team thus far in the set. Liquid with their work cut out for them, but taking a look at the rosters here. Defensively, for the side of LG, we are going to have Gods on the McCree, Enigma on Reaper, Milo on the Reinhardt, Pooks on Lucio, Esper on Mercy, and Seagull on the Genji. Meanwhile, taking a look at the offense coming out for Team Liquid. We have V on Lucio, Mesrar on Reinhardt, Dahang on Mercy, AZK on the McCree, Dummy on Pharah, and Durs rounding things out on the Zarya.
I'm actually sensing some confusion from Liquid. Like, they just made a last-second change because Durs was going to play Pharah, and he plays Pharah a lot. I've seen him play Pharah a lot in scrims, and now AZK is going to do it, which he played the first map, but it feels a little bit out of flux right now.
Yeah, and we see AZK, he is looking for those rockets. They're actually landing a lot of good poke, more poke than he probably should be getting here. This might be an opportunity for Liquid if they can push this while people are still damaged. They're moving forward. AZK coming over the top, has to be careful of the counter poke. Dummy takes out Enigma early on, so an early pickoff for Liquid. This might be what they need, and truth be told, if they're going to win this map, they need to take point A with speed, and there it is! 3 kills for Team Liquid so far. They're getting the better of LG. They're moving forward. AZK very close to finish out. Has the Mercy in his sights, throws down rockets, not able to finish her just yet. Esper being a little bit too evasive, but down he goes, finally eating a rocket to the face. And what an early push coming out here from Team Liquid.
That is definitely what they needed. That's pretty much the best team fight that they've won the entire night so far. And they need to keep this momentum going to this next checkpoint.
Yep, I mean, this is a quicker time than LG had going forward. Good stuff coming out here from the side of Team Liquid, but the Streets phase, this can be an absolutely brutal phase to get through. Really, Dorado in general is a defensive dream for any defense, so the offense can never be lax, and we'll see if they can keep the momentum that they had on the first point going forward.
Well, AZK's been playing great Pharah so far, so I mean, I guess it really is no surprise that he is running it. This is the same offense that they were running on Kings Row.
Yep, they're moving forward. AZK has the barrage at the ready. Could be coming up. Justice rains from above. Trying to crack the Reinhardt shield. Not as clean as he would have liked. Still kills Milo anyways. He eats a flashbang, but he's going to survive. But look at this. Resurrect going to come back up, sort of erasing the effect of that barrage. So probably a net gain in favor of LG there. Both teams trading off poke. Down goes AZK. Seagull gets in. Takes out Dahang. Dragonblade is out. Time to feast, says Seagull, moving in. Looking for an extra kill if he can get it. Gets behind Dummy. One slice, but no, Dummy able to live. Good heads-up play by Dummy. Stops the Dragonblade from slicing him down. And the offensive Team Liquid making some surprising dividends here.
Yeah, I mean, those big kills at the end still forces Esper to use res. So Dahang still has res advantage. And that's what they had during the beginning of that team fight. But Seagull was able to kill Dahang even before he uses ult. And that's the catalyst to the rest of the team fight going downhill for Liquid.
Yep, taking a look, Dummy moving in here to the right, does have an offensive dead up, and oh no, Seagull able to take out AZK right away, getting rid of the problem, to use an FGC term, but moving in, and really a nice defense from LG so far. They can actually push us. They have a number advantage. Seagull not wasting any time, getting on Dahang in the back. Dahang needs help. Dahang and Latrell pulls out the pistol. It's not enough. Seagull takes out Dahang. LG now swarming. Gods takes out Mesrar. Another kill for Seagull. Down goes Durs. And LG finding their footing and rhythm here in the streets phase of Dorado, buying themselves more valuable time.
How much time do we have left?
We have about 4.5 minutes, so they're not out of the danger here yet. I mean, there's still plenty of time for Team Liquid to get in here, but really, I mean, if there's 2 more wipes in this phase for LG, you might be able to call it.
We have a lurking McCree.
We do.
With ult, and he's trying to get multiple at once.
Here comes the Deadeye. Oh no, that was a failure. Did not get what he was looking for. Seagull able to take out AZK here. Seagull actually about to get Dragonblade. He's got a Dragonblade in this fight. And he goes. Everyone's clumped up. Slicing and dicing his Seagull. 3 kills for the defense. A double for Seagull. Making a triple. Milo and Seagull going absolutely ham. And that was just not what TL needed. I think actually Dummy felt a little bit forced there, as if he was under pressure. He could have held that Deadeye for a lot longer.
Yeah, it felt like he had more time. He was waiting there for a good 15-20 seconds while the entire team respawn. Now that he no longer has ult, he's switched off to the Genji, probably wanting to build up the same, build up to the same ult as Seagull is.
Either way, mere 3.5 minutes remains. Team Liquid now officially under the gun. They need this next team fight to go well for them, or all hope might be lost. Take a look, Enigma. Enigma flanking on the defense as 76. AZK and Mesrar, though, able to get 2 kills for the offense. Seagull coming in, looking for pickoffs of his own, was able to take out Mesrar. An offensive res is coming up. Really sort of the last gasp here for TL. They need this fight to go well. Seagull moving in. Enigma able to take out AZK, though. LG is swarming, has good positioning. Dragonblade might be coming out again here in a second. Dummy takes out Esper. Still a lot of momentum here for the offense. Milo on Dahang. In comes the Dragonblade. Durs in trouble. Durs going to get sliced down. Seagull moving forward, looking for the Reinhardt. Hammer v Sword going in. Down goes Mesrar. And it was a little bit messy for a while, but LG able to hold on, wipe out Team Liquid, and that might be the end to Team Liquid's hopes for the set. Technically, it's still possible, but this is not much time to go for both finishing out this point and taking last.
Well, Liquid with a valiant effort there, and they were very close to getting the checkpoint, because really getting the checkpoint now was the most important thing to get the next spawn.
Deadeye coming out from Gods here. Not quite getting what he wants, but still laying down some damage. Moving forward, Dahang beating a shot.
The ninja, ninja on the cart, ninja on the cart, ninja on the cart, ninja on the cart.
They got hit. The ninja on the cart is a thing. Oh man. You know the funny thing is that Luminosity's been burned by that in the past. Like it goes way back. But
that's a huge mistake.
You don't see too often.
Now Liquid has a shot. Liquid has a shot now to win the map because LG overextends. Doesn't see 2 players from Liquid on the cart. Not just 1, 2. Winston was there. How did you not see him?
Well, you know, he is, he's not just any monkey. He is a scientist, and he is stealthy. Don't underestimate the intellect of a Winston. But looking forward here, still not too bad for LG. They only have to defend for 1:30. So this last push, really all the marbles on it for Team Liquid if they want to stay alive here. Dummy has a Dragonblade. I think Dummy is actually going to have to deliver here, regardless of how this goes down, if Liquid is going to take this point. So the team fight is about to be engaged. They're moving in. We do have Attack Visor coming out. Dummy, sound protected by Sound Barrier, coming out with the Dragonblade. Both sides getting their licks in, but 3 kills for the offense. If they get 1 or 2 more, they might have a chance here. They res their fallen heroes. Dummy going into the back, fighting Seagull. Actually has to back out. Seagull with the advantage. Both teams trading off, but still good momentum for Liquid. The hope is alive. They're moving forward. Durs with the kill on Pooks, and now Luminosity in a bit of trouble. Dummy still looking for the pickoffs if he can get them. Down goes Enigma, and we have a chance. We have a game. 50 seconds remaining for Team Liquid, and they almost have this card to completion. Seagull has the Dragon Blade though. Will he be the hero? Moving in, slicing and dicing. Gods with 2 kills as well. Really back and forth on both sides. Gods might be the hero here, along with Seagull. Dummy, one of the last ones remaining. Deflect is up. V on the cart. I don't think this is enough. And it looks like it's going to be a successful LG hold, but not without a bit of last-minute drama. My goodness.
Is that time?
It's about to be time. It's 22 seconds. I don't think they... I mean, technically, if they got on it right now, they could.
Seagull pretty... well... Here we go.
They're getting in. Deadeye is up. They're trying to get on top of the cart. A mere 10 seconds remains, but the defense holding strong. Kill feed, nothing but blue. Ice wall coming up as well. And we're going to see what happens here. But Mesroy gang on the cart, landing some shots, but the timer has expired. It is not enough, and Team Liquid going to be losing both sets here tonight in our first day of Overkill.gg group play.
You know, you gotta give it up to Seagull at that very last team fight. He was the only one alive. If they kill Seagull, they pretty much win the game at the very end, and he's able to stay alive, get ult, and then cause enough distraction on the card for everyone to come in. And I think he gets 2 kills in there, along with Gods, and they're able to pull it home. So a sick hold from LG after an incredibly dumb mistake, I have to say. And a great move by Liquid to ninja the cart, to get the spawn, to pretty much win the entire team fight at the very end, to win the map, and then not able to kill Seagull at the end.
And this is one of the bigger defensive wipes of the game. Just sort of indicative of LG's play in general. They just feel like they've been much more coordinated than normal too. I don't know if like any of their new additions have really helped the communication side of things. Maybe they have. They seem like a much stronger team, and they're able to dispatch Liquid here tonight, and we'll see how they do in the final set of the day when we get to it, of Luminosity versus Envious. But speaking of Envious, our next set, Cloud9 versus Envious, is going to be coming up right at you guys after we take a short break.